Hello and welcome to Hexed Encountered. I'm Joe, and in this video we will be continuing our playthrough of a tournament in the game History Maker Golf from PLAAY Games, designed by Keith Avalone. And we set up this in the first video in this particular short series. It'll be 2 or maybe 3 videos long. So if you have not checked out that first video, it is probably a good idea to go and do so. I'll throw up a card here for you to easily find it. That way you'll be up to speed on how things progress in setting up the tournament and figuring out the results of the first 3 rounds. This will just be the final round, and we'll go through it hole by hole using the custom course cards here. So this will be a tropical / ocean type course. It's using all 18 cards. There are 72 cards in the course collection 20, and they are basically 4 different types of courses, ranging from like forested and links to ocean or water, which is what this one is. So there are 18 for each type, and these are the 18. I kind of put them together somewhat randomly. Our front 9 will be a 37 for par, and the back 9 will be 35 out and 37 in. I had that backwards in my head for some reason. Okay, well, since it's February and we're going to check weather, we're going to say that our course is on the West Coast, where it's nice and hopefully warmer than it is here in Ohio. So there is a weather effects chart here on the back, and down here we have Marine West Coast. So we'll say that we're in California, let's say. There's a February column. So if we roll 11, that would be W, which would be windy, and then EX is exemplary on a 55. Any other result, as you might expect, will just be normal and have no impact on the game. So let's roll. We'll just roll black and white. And we get a 45, because you always read low to high. We get a 45, which means that there is no weather impact on the tournament. So here we have our score sheet. So as you can see, I did generate scores for all the golfers. They are in here. We have a 3-way tie for the lead. We have three players who are, or 3 golfers who are 1 stroke back, 2 who are 2 strokes back, 3 that are 3 strokes back, and then I added Bubba Watson because I like him, and he was in the C group, and he was tied with Justin Thomas for the best tournament rating. So I just randomly chose him, and then I used the extended scoring and kind of retrofitted it to figure out a score for him, and he's 6 strokes back. If you fall further than 6 strokes back, you're basically out of contention. There is a way to get back into contention, and he'll be part of the first pairing here, which you can see the pairings. So we have Lowry and Watson on the first pairing, Henrik Stenson and Schwartzel on the second pairing, McDowell and Spieth on the third, Willett and Donald. Donald is stormy. I put a little tick here, or a little ST next to his name, to indicate that that's a mood setting which could come into play. He picked that up in our tournament setup during the first 3 rounds. Our 5th pairing rather is Kisner and Koepka, and the 6th pairing is Tiger Woods and Kuchar. So we will get started here. So we will start, and you can see it's staggered. I also mentioned this in the first video. So we'll play it this way, the staggered way. It's more of a television type presentation. So Lowry and Watson will tee off first. They'll play for hole 1. Then we'll play hole 2 for them. And after that, we'll play hole 1 for Stenson and Schwartzel. Or Stenson and Schwartzel, rather. Now we have a little meeple here that we can use to denote which golfers are active. So we have Bubba Watson and Shane Lowry, who will be the first pairing. So he'll be there, and Watson's over here. So we'll have Lowry tee off first. So I'll put the little meeple on him here. Now you roll all the dice at once. You don't have to roll the decider die, but I'll do it just for brevity's sake. And that is a whole lot of 6s, but the white is a 2. So the white die always determines who controls the hole. And in this case, the course controls it, because you have a die symbols here for 2, 3, 4, and 5. So on those rolls, this hole, which is a semi-daunting because it has the dot next to it. And again, this is explained in the first video, so I don't want to go too deep. But anything 2, 3, 4, 5 is controlled by the hole. A 1 or a 6 would be controlled by the golfer, and you would use the golfer primarily for that. So we're going to set this aside without changing the result. So the next thing we're going to look at are the black and metallic die results, which in this case are 6 and 6. And we look here, and here's 66, and there's a question mark. Now, the question mark means that the golfer has a choice. They can play it safe and go for the easy putt for par, or they can go for it. And in this case, there's the decider die dot here. If it's active, which it is, then it's a moderate putt for birdie. If this was blank, it would be play as into the water on the tee shot because there's a superscript 1 on there. So in this case, Lowry has an option. He can do the moderate putt for birdie, or he can take the easy putt for par. Now, he is 3 strokes back. It's early in the round, so I feel like he would probably attempt to be a little bit more aggressive, and he will go for the moderate putt for birdie. There is a little mini chart for putting, okay? So we have routine putts for birdie or eagle, any golfer. So a moderate would be 1 or 2 would pass that. So we'll roll the green die, and he gets a 1, so that means he gets a birdie. Okay, so we'll do Bubba Watson now. And we do the same thing. We roll all the dice at once. White die is a 1, which means he gets to control the hole, so we'll be using his card. So this will play out a bit differently than what we just saw. Now the black and metallic are both 2s. So we use, for this, we're going to use our game action book, and we're going to go to the par 4 section. Now, in addition to the silver and the or metallic and black, we also have to use the green, which gives us a 3-digit number, 223, because we always read low to high. So you would, in here we have wood and iron, right? So this is a par 4. In par 3, you'll notice it's iron and iron. So here we would go to 223, which is legend question mark. So it's looking for a quality. Does he have legend? He does, with the decider die pip next to it, and he actually has it for this hole. So that is a success. So it says fade executed to perfection, and there's a star, and that indicates the gallery cheers. So you read the green die result from gallery cheers micro chart. So the green, the micro chart for gallery cheers. All right, so here's our gallery golf cam. You have gallery cheers here at the bottom. The number we drew is a 3. Hero or champion question mark. He is a champion. So that's a yes. So that strong shot drops within 3 feet of pin. Easy putt for birdie. So he gets an easy putt for birdie. And here on our little putting mini chart, we've got 1 to 4 for easy. So we'll re-roll. And he gets a 3, so he gets a birdie as well. So both Lowry and Watson birdie hole number 1. We move to hole number 2. And this one's called Indian Head. It is a par 5. It only controls on a roll of 5. So we'll do the same thing. We'll do Lowry and Watson again. The white die is a 3, so the golfer is the one on the hook here. So we do have a 2-2-6 this time. Now we look at the par 5 chart, and we're looking for 226, and 226 is yeoman question mark. So he is not a yeoman. Then we move to shaper. Is he a shaper? He is not. And from there we move to champion question mark. So he's a semi-champion, but the decider die is on its blank side, so that means he does not get to do that. So in that case, we get easy putt for birdie. So again, we're going to roll to see if he sinks his birdie. An easy putt for birdie, again, is a 1 to 4. And he gets a 1, so he sinks another birdie here, and that would be a 4 for this hole. And we go to Bubba Watson. And he rolls a 4 on the white die, so he will be controlling as well. And he rolls a 4, 5, 6, so that's a little further down the chart here. 4, 5, 6, the first 2 spots for that are blank. So no wood, no iron. We're going to his second iron shot. And that says If the decider die is a dot, which it's not, go to Golf Cam Green Micro Chart. Okay, so here's our Golf Cam Green chart. We're on par 5. Our green is a 5. That says friendly green. It's semi-friendly. We'll roll the decider die. And it is not in this case. So if it is not, is it challenging? No. Otherwise, beneficial roll, easy. So this is an easy putt for par. So he's rolling for par. You roll 2d6. So let's roll black and metallic for this. And if you rolled both 6s, it would be a miss. So it is not a miss. So he gets a 5. Not a great hole that time for Bubba Watson. And now we'll go to Henrik Stenson. And this is again hole 1 now. And it's a 4, so the hole controls. And our number, black and silver and black, are 23. 23 is the water symbol and the second shot. Second shot into the water for Stenson. So that's not good. We go to our Golf Cam water. This is a par 4. It is the second shot. So you look at the 4.2 here, ball to water on second shot. Our green die is a 3. It says icon question mark. He is not. Otherwise, drop, unraveled shot, eventually makes green. Moderate putt for bogey. So for a moderate putt for bogey, he's going to roll 1 die. And if it's a 1 to 5, he makes it, and he does. He barely makes it. So Stenson takes a 5 on that hole. And we go to Schwartzel. And the white is a 2. So again, hole controls, and it's a 14. And a 14 is the square. So what this means is the golfer has avoided the hazards, but the course still controls the result. So we'll use our Golf Cam course section. So here we are. You see square, par 4. Our green die is a 3, and in this case that says cordial hole. It is not. So daunting hole, also it is not. Otherwise, chance to atone for earlier flub, clutch putt for par. So we do have a clutch putt section here at the bottom, and then you have your ratings, right? Gold is a really good putter. A neutral is a normal putter, and rust is a bad putter. So this is Schwartzel. He's a gold with the decider die, and the decider die says that for this one, he is a gold, so he will sink this on a 1 to 5. And he gets a 1. So that is a clutch putt for par. So he pars the hole, and we'll rejoin our first pairing of Lowry and Watson for the third. Lowry's going to tee off here. We're on the third hole. This is Blue Shoal, par 4, 415 yards. It is semi-daunting. Sand runs the entire right side of the fairway all the way to the green. Prevailing wind can sometimes send mishit tee shot into the water. So our white is a 4, which means the course will control. We have a 16 from our black and metallic and a 3 on the green with the decider die pip showing. So a 16 here is square. So again, that's the course will be controlling. And on a par 4, a 3 on the green is cordial hole. It is not. Daunting, it is because it's semi-daunting and the pip is showing. So a daunting hole with a 3 is hole-specific issue, face-saving clutch putt for bogey. He is a normal putter, so he needs a 1 to 3 here for a bogey, and he gets it. Now we go to Watson. Come on, man. Butterfingers. Okay, so we get a 4 again. So again, the hole is controlling. 26 is a square again with the little knife symbol, which it says legend golfer. Use green and cordial, or square and cordial. The decider die is showing, and Watson is a semi-legend, so he is a legend for this hole. So this, a 6 actually on the par 4 on Golf Cam course does not have a cordial. It only has daunting. which would normally be the case, but in this case it's not daunting. So instead he gets 2 great shots and a chance to convert a clutch putt for birdie. So Bubba is a normal putter. So we will roll our white die, and if he gets a 3 or less, he rolls a 1. So he actually birdies that hole, which kind of makes up for the previous par. So he's now 1 under for the round. And it's back to hole 2, the 5 par Indian Head for Stenson and Schwartzel. Stenson, he gets a white 6. So this is the first time we see this. Now the white 6 means that the golfer has the opportunity to be aggressive or to play it safe by attacking. So let's attack just so we can see that kind of play out. So you see here at the bottom we have an attack the green, right? So we re-roll our white die, and that'll tell us what we're going to do here. Let me remove all these. And he gets a 3. So 3 is barely on green but makeable, a difficult par for birdie. So here you can see to get a difficult we need a 1. So it's not all that likely, and he did not make it. Now what happens then is you move up to from difficult to moderate, but now I think we're going for par. All right, so he needs a 1 to 5. And he gets it. So he pars that. So Stenson takes a 5. And we now go to Spieth. And he gets a 5, which means the hole controls, because that's the only one that that would be true. And we have a 66, which is the square. So the square on a 3. Go to course control. Golf Camp course, par 5. A 3 is cordial hole, which it is. Solid tee held by fairway, on green in regulation, clutch putt for birdie. So the clutch putt for birdie for Schwartzel, who is not gold. He got a blank on the decider die, and he's only semi-gold. So for this, he needs a 1 to 3 to sink his clutch putt, and he gets a 6, so he misses it. Because he missed it, Schwartzel gets a red chip, which is the chip you don't want. You want the blue ones. And we'll talk about that later. But he gets a red chip, and he has to roll again for an easy putt. So we're going to roll two dice. We'll go black, the metallic and black, and only a double 6 would be a miss. So he makes it. So he also pars that one. And now we go to McDowell and Spieth here for our next pairing. So we'll do McDowell first. They are on hole 1. And we get a 5, which is still hole control. And then, whoops, I forgot to roll the metallic. We have a 4, 5, 6, or basically a 45 in this case. So here we see we've got the sand and the 2. So this is the second shot, which would be the iron shot into the sand. So we go to our sand hazard here. This is that's par 5, sorry. Par 4 sand is right here. Par 4 sand. Second shot, the green is a 6. So if he is sandy, which he is not. So sandy would be a precision swing, and that would give him an easy putt for par. Otherwise, solid strike, but not clean. Ball die straddling green/apron. Double difficult putt for par. So a double difficult is here for par. So he has to roll a 1. We will roll a 1. No. So now he moves to a difficult putt for a bogey. And he rolls a 3 and gets it. So he takes a 5. Not a good start for McDowell. And now we move on to Spieth. And he gets a 1, so that means he controls. And he rolls a 3, 5, 6. 3, 5, 6 on a par 4 is scatter or puny. He is not that. Champion. He is a semi-champion. The pip is showing, so he is a champion for this particular hole. Yard from pin, easy putt for birdie. Okay, so he needs to roll a 1 through 4, 4 or less, to sink this. And he squeaks by. So he birdies the hole. And now we would go to hole number 4 and back to Shane Lowry. So hole 4 is Tropicana. It is a par 4, 550 yards. And basically, unless you roll a 6, the course will control. So let's see what he gets here. And look at that, he got a white 6. So, again, you can choose to play it safe, which would be a 2-putt and a gimme putt for par and a blue chip for patience. So let's do that. So we'll do the other option here. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this out, and he gets a gimme putt for par. So we roll 3 dice, and unless they're all 6s, which they're not, he makes it. So he pars that hole, and he gets a blue chip. So sometimes it's worth it to just take the layup, basically. Now we'll do Bubba Watson. He gets a 1, so the hole controls. The number is a 33. 33 is, again, the course with the knife, which is bomber, and he is a bomber. So this becomes a semi-cordial, and the pip is showing, so this is now a cordial hole. And we'll look it up here. So this is a par 4. We rolled a 3 on the green. Cordial hole, so this is true in this case. Routine tee and well-played iron, clutch putt for birdie. So his clutch, again, he's not a gold, so he just needs a 1 through 3 to make this. And he does not get it. So he earns himself a red chip, and now he gets an easy putt. And he rolls a 6, which means he misses the easy putt as well. And so now we have to roll again. And he gets a 1 this time, so he bogeys the hole, taking a 5. So what looked like it might turn out good actually turned out pretty bad. So now we'll move to our next pairing, and we'll start with Stenson. And he's now on the Blue Shoal hole number 3. The white is a 3, which means the hole controls. We have a 34, which is sand on the first shot. The green die is a 2. So sand on the first shot on a par 4 with a number 2 on the green is sandy ? Which he is not. Otherwise, burst out of bunker onto fringe of green, birdie putt short, but sets up easy second putt for par. So we're rolling for par, and he misses. So now he gets a gimme. He gets a gimme for a bogey, and he gets it. So Stenson takes a 5. So that's 2 bogeys for him. And I haven't been moving guys around. We'll do that here in a little bit. But I should be moving them around, and I just have not been doing that. It's just easier to kind of do it this way, to be honest. But I'll adjust that. And then we'll do Schwartzel. He gets a white 3, so that is, again, the hole, and a 25 with a green 6. So 25, again, we check the knife for bomber. He is a semi-bomber, which does not take account here. So we don't get the cordial for this one. So he is in course control. We got a 6. This is a par 4. Daunting hole, ? It is a semi-daunting. Let's roll that. No, and we'll just go with that. So it's not a daunting hole. 2 great shots and chance to convert a clutch putt for birdie. So he is a semi-gold and is not for this. So he's looking for a 1 through 3, and he gets a 2. So he'll get a performance chip. And we go to Graham McDowell, and they are on hole 2. McDowell and Spieth. And we have a white 5, which means the hole controls. And we have a 23 and a 2 on the green. So this is the rough on the 3rd shot. So we'll go to rough, our rough chart here for Golf Cam. Okay, par 5 rough on the 3rd shot, and the green is a 2. Master, question mark. He is not a master. Otherwise, admirably lofted from rough to green, easy putt for par. Okay, so easy putt for par. So that means he needs anything but a 6. And he gets it. So he gets a par. And we go to Spieth. And our white is a 6, so he now has the option to go for it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. He's going to attack the green, so we're going to re-roll our white die. And he gets a 2. Reaches outer area of green, difficult putt for birdie. So he's got a difficult putt for birdie, which means he needs to roll a 1. And throw the die across the table, and he gets a 5, so that's a failure. So now he gets a moderate for par, and he gets it. And now we would move to the first hole, where Willett and Donald will be teeing off. And that's a lot of 6s. So the white is a 6. And that means he can choose to attack or play it safe. He is only 1 stroke back, so we'll say he plays it safe. So he gets a gimme putt for par. So we're going to roll our 3 dice here. Unless they're triple 6s, which they're not. He gets his par, and he gets a blue chip. All right, and now we move to Luke Donald. Now Luke Donald has Stormy that he picked up in the earlier rounds of the tournament. He gets a 4, so this is hole control. And a 14, which is the course there, and it's a 2, and this is a par 4. So par 4 2, cordial, no. Daunting, question mark. It is not in this case. Otherwise, solid play, easy putt for par. Easy second putt for par in this case. So that means we roll our 3 dice and we look for triple 6s, and if we don't get it, or actually no, we just needed to roll 1 die. Sorry. No, 2 dice. Oops, I'm like losing my mind here. All right. So no. So he gets a par. All right, I've rejiggered the leaderboard here so we can continue. So we're moving to hole number 5, which is this guy right here, Tierra Pacifica. It's a par 3, so the first par 3 we're going to see here. It is a semi-daunting elevated tee, adds intrigue to this oceanside approach, which must carry entirely over water and rocks. So we will roll here. So this will be Shane Lowry. And he gets a green 3, which means he controls. And his numbers are 116. So 116 on a par 3. Laser question mark. He is not a laser. So then it moves to pin. Reroll on pin microchart. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. 116 laser. And he does not have the laser quality. So we would go to a moderate putt for birdie. So a moderate putt for birdie means he needs a 1 or a 2. And he gets a 5. So now we would move to an easy putt, which means we roll 2 dice. And he makes it. So he pars that hole. And you may have noticed that when I rejiggered everything, he's actually tied for the lead because he birdied 3 holes. He birdied the first 3 holes, actually. So he's here. Now we will move to Bubba Watson, who did move up to a 5 under. And he gets a white 1, so he will be in control, and he gets a 3-5-5, And a 355 is hacker question mark. He is not a hacker. And then it asks for experience. So he is icon. As you can see on here, 355, right? He is not a hacker. So we come over here and you see the EXP in this column. So we have to go to the experience chart, which is this guy right here. Okay, so use the green die result, don't re-roll. Okay, this is a par 3, and a 5 on a par 3 is prospect question mark. So that's a no because he is not a prospect. He's an icon. So otherwise, not perfect, but good enough, moderate putt for birdie. So he needs a 1 or a 2 for a birdie, and he gets a 4. So now he gets the easy. Oh my goodness. He rolled double sixes, which means he's now rolling for, he's rolling again for now a bogey, and he gets it. He sinks it. So he actually hits a 4 on that. So unfortunately, that means Bubba's going to move back to 6 under. And we move to our second pairing and Stenson, who's 5 under currently. And we will re-roll, or roll rather, and he rolls a 6, so he gets an attempt to try to be a hero here, and he is on hole 4, so I need to put that hole out. So let's go for it. So par 4, attack the green. We'll re-roll our white die, and he gets a 5. Sand/rough issues, moderate second putt for par. All right, so he is rolling, and it's a 5, so that is good. So he gets a par, so he hits a 4. And now we will move to his partner, Schwartzel, who is 2 back. And that's a 3. And we get a 3-5. So 3-5 here is the course. So we go to our course chart. This is a par 4, and our green is a 6. Is it a daunting hole? It is not. So 2 great shots and a chance to convert a clutch putt for birdie. He is a semi-gold putter. Let's see if it's, nope, it's still not active. So we will now roll our die here. He needs a 1 to 3, and he gets a 6, so he misses. And that's going to earn him another red chip. Now, I haven't talked about what you can use the chips for, and I need to do that because they're starting to pile up here. So we have to roll 2 dice and hope for not double 6s, and he got a 5 and a 6, but he does par the hole. So he will not move either. So now we go to hole number 3, Blue Shoal, for McDowell, who's here. He's 3 under currently. And he gets a white 3, which the hole means hole controls, and we get a 26, and a 26 is square with a dagger, and legend. The pip is showing, so he is a legend on this hole. So he gets to use a cordial. So let's roll and see if it is in fact a cordial, and it is. Par 4, 1, cordial, hole, or laser golfer. Well, it is a cordial hole based on that roll, so he gets a clutch putt for birdie. So he is a normal. So we're going to roll here, 1 through 3, and he gets it. So he's going to get a blue chip. And he gets a birdie, which will move him up here. Who is here. And he gets a 1, so he will control. And he gets a 1-3-5. 1-3-5 on a par 4. Duffer or puny? No. Utility? No. Difficult putt for par. Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. He gets now. Here's our now chart, and it is a par 4 3 because of our green 3. So cold, which is not true. Otherwise, right choice of club, well executed shot, easy putt for birdie. So he's rolling an easy putt for birdie, so he needs a 1 through 4 and gets a 6. So now he gets a double easy, or an easy. He rolls 2 D6s and he pars. So he pars that hole. Not a great result there. We go to hole 2 for Kisner. No, I'm sorry, Willett and Donald. So Willett first. And oh, look at that. Almost triple sixes. Well, white 6 means he gets to choose. So at 1 stroke back, let's, I think we'll play it safe. Okay, so I'm going to roll the 2 dice. And if it's not double 6s, and it is not, he gets a second chip and a par. Now, Donald, remember, is stormy. That has not come up yet, but it could. All right, so white 5 means hole controls. 24 is sand on the 3rd shot. And our green is a 6. So 3rd shot, 6 is sandy, question mark. He is sandy. Precision swing sends sand flying. Ball cleanly onto green. Easy putt for par. So that worked out okay. So an easy putt for par is, again, these 2 guys. And he makes it. And we now go to the first hole where Kisner and Koepka will tee off. So we'll do Kisner first. And it's a white 3, so hole controls, and it is a 25, which is just a regular course control here. This is a par 4, and our green is a 3, so cordial hole, no. Daunting hole, also no. Otherwise, missed green but nicely wedged, clutch putt for par. So clutch putt for par, he is a normal putter. So he needs to roll a 1 to 3, and he misses. So he gets a red chip, and he rolls for the easy birdie and gets it. So he's a birdie, so he scored a 5. Now we go to Brooks Koepka, and he gets a white 1. That was a 1. Which means he's controlling, and he rolled a 134. 134. So a 134 on a par 4 is direct green. It is not a direct green. Hacker. He's not a hacker, is he? No. So we go to experience. Okay, this is a par 4. We rolled a 1. Prospect, no. So let's watch this again on replay. Beautiful shot. Gimme putt for birdie. So we roll 2 dice. And he hits it. So that is how you do it, I guess. He got a gimme shot for birdie. Scores a 3. All right, we're on to our next hole here. This will be hole number 6 for our first pairing. So Shane Lowry will be teeing off for us here. This is Merrimack. It is a semi-friendly, semi-daunting. Now this hole has a before tee, choose whether to play safe or go for it. So what we'll do is we'll say Lowry, because he's in the lead, will play it safe, and he gets a 6, which ironically gives him control and the option to go for it or play safe. So since we already said we would play safe, we will do that. We'll roll these 2. We will take our par and our blue chip. And he scores a 4 and remains tied for the lead. We'll switch to his partner, Bubba Watson. Now he will go for it. All right, so he gets a white 2, which means he controls, and he gets a 2, 5, 6. Par 4 and a 2-5-6 is legend. He is not a legend because the decider die says so. Hero, question mark. He's not a hero either. So then we get mood. All right, mood. So we have mood. Par 4. The green is a 5. Stormy, question mark. No. Otherwise, 2 solid shots, moderate putt for birdie. So we will roll here. He gets a 5, which is high. So now we'll go to the easy putt for par. And he gets it. Now we go to hole 5 for Stenson. White 5. So hole controls. And we get a 15. Or 15 here is course control. Our green die is a 2. Par 3, 2, cordial hole. It is not. Daunting hole, question mark. It is not. It is a semi-daunting, but the decider die says no. Quiet, efficient, easy putt, or easy second putt for par. So we will roll the 2 dice. And barely, but he does get it. So par's that par 3. And we go to Schwartzel. Now Schwartzel has a chip. And it's a 4. So a 4 is hole control. Now one of the things you can do with red is you can increase your putt difficulty, or you can change the black die to a 6. So let's do that. Let's spend one of his red chips and change the black die to a 6. So 56 as opposed to a 55, which would have just been course. Now he's in the sand on the first shot. All right, par 3 in the sand with a 6. First shot, sandy. He is not. Otherwise, digs deep to send ball onto green, barely, double difficult putt for par. So a double difficult putt for par means he needs a 1. And he gets a 4, so he's now rolling for a bogey at difficult, and he gets it. So he gets a 4, and that's going to drop him down to 3 under. And we move to hole number 4, the Tropicana hole, and Graham McDowell. So this one has all 5 are, 1 through 5 are hole control. So let's spend our die here, or our chip rather. And because we rolled a white 1 anyway, we're going to say that we're going to use this to take golfer control of this hole. Because that's one of the things you can do with a blue die. So now, with golfer control, we have a 166 on a par 4. 166, Yeoman, which he's not. Stormy, which he also is not. So then we go to experience, and he's an icon. Here on a par 4 with a green 1. Prospect, no. Otherwise, what a shot. Gimme putt for birdie. So that actually worked out. So gimme shot for a birdie means we roll 2, these 2, and if it's both 6s, he misses. Does not. So McDowell gets his 2nd straight birdie. And we go to Spieth here. And it's a white 6, which means he controls. And it's a 4-5-5. So 4-5-5 on a par 4 is legend. He is not a legend. Champion. He would be a champion, but the decider die says no. So he was a semi-champion, I should say. So we go to mood, and he does not have any mood issues. All right. So the green is a 5. And this is a par 4 stormy, which he is not. 2 solid shots, moderate putt for birdie. So moderate putt for birdie is a 1 or a 2. He gets a 6. So now he has an easy putt for par. And he gets it. So he pars. Now we go to hole number 3, Blue Shoal, and we go to Willet. The white is a 4, which means hole control. And this one is semi-daunting with the, yeah, let's spend one of our chips, and we'll take golfer control here with a 2, 4, 5. Legend, no. Too long iron shot, drifts just beyond green. We end up down here with this flag symbol, which means short game. So there's a short game chart. And we use the normal short game result with a 5, and that is soft, ? Which it is not. This is not soft. So flawed shot and or missed green, difficult putt for par. A difficult putt for par requires a 1 to 3. And he gets it. So he pars. And now we go to Donald. And his white is a 1, so he controls, and he gets a 2, 3, 6. And 2, 3, 6 says duffer, which he's not. Layup shot, intentional. So he's also going to be in the short game. And his green is a 2. Stone, no, we know that already. Unhurried, calculated shot, headed straight for pin. So we're going to re-roll on our pin. We have this symbol here, the bullseye symbol. So micro chart, which is right here. And we're going to re-roll our white die. We get a 2, and that is dies in vicinity of pin, easy putt for par. And easy putt for par is good, so he pars it. Now we go to hole 2, and Kisner. Now he has a red as well. And so let's see what we roll here. So we rolled a 5, which is course control. And we have a 55. So 55 on a par 5. So that shot is in the trees. First shot into the trees. That's bad. He got a 2. So this is tee shot. So first one, 5, is master ? He is not a master. Solid exit from beneath tree. Polite applause. So we have a micro chart for this as well. So we re-roll our white die to see what our polite applause gives us. So 4. Drifting shot leaves distance to flag. Double difficult putt for birdie. Okay, so a double difficult requires the decider die, a 1 and a pip. So I did not get it. So now we go to a normal putt for par, which he gets. And we go to Koepka. He has a 4, which means he controls. And he gets a 2-2-2. So a 2-2-2 on a par 5 is special result. So we haven't had one of these yet. All the way in the back, we have special results, level 1. So we roll any 2 dice, so we'll do metallic and black. We get a 23. So 23 is right here. Caddy suggests unconventional approach, decider die bullet, which it is. Strategy works. Gimme putt for birdie. All right, gimme putt for birdie. So gimme putt for birdie, we roll 2d6. And if it was 6-6, it would be a miss, but it was not. So Koepka gets another birdie. He had a birdie on hole 1 as well. Now we go back to hole 1, and our last group, our 6th pairing, Tiger Woods and Matt Kuchar, will tee off. We'll start with Tiger. He gets a white 3, so course control. and a 24. So 24 is sand on the second shot. Sand on the second shot, par 4, green 1. Chunky. He is not chunky. So perfect strike from bunker, bullseye pin. So again, we're going to re-roll our white here on this chart. And get a 1, and a 1 says decide or die. So let's re-roll the decide or die. And it's blank. Blank is a gimme putt for par. So we'll just do this. And it's a 63. So Tiger par is the first hole. And we'll do Kuchar. He gets a white 2. So again, the hole will control. And it is a 23. And that's water on the second. Par 4, second shot, green 4. Champion, no. Otherwise, drop, struggling recovery shot, moderate putt for bogey. So this is bad for him. So a moderate putt needs a 1 to 5. He gets it barely. But he does bogey that hole. Okay, so we go on to the next hole here. This is hole 7, Oceana. Now, Brooks Koepka, by virtue of birdieing the first 2 holes, has now taken the lead all by himself. There's a slew of guys, 7 of them in tie for second at 1 stroke back. Kuchar is 2 strokes back. Schwartzel 4, Stenson 5, and Bubba Watson has fallen off contention. So he gets to use this out of contention golfer chart. So we're going to look at the hole. This one is daunting, full daunting. So you roll 1 die. So we'll roll 1 die for his score here, and he gets a 3, which is a par. So he gets a par automatically, which is a 4. And now we'll play Lowry. So Lowry gets a white 6, so he controls. And he gets a 3-4-6. And a 3-4-6 is bomber or dynamic. He is neither. Oh, he is dynamic, actually. I stand corrected. Got all of that one and a star, which is gallery cheers. We go to the gallery chart. And here's a gallery cheers. He gets a blue chip, and we use the green die result, which is a 6. So hacker, he is not, I don't think. Nope. Otherwise, accurate shot, lands on green, but gets regrettable roll, a difficult putt for birdie. So he does get the chip, and we're going to spend the chip to make the putt 1 less level of difficult. So instead of it being difficult, it'll just be moderate. So he needs a 1 or a 2, and he gets a 4. So now we'll just roll for par, and he pars the hole. Okay, now we'll go to hole number 6, Merrimack, and Stenson. And we get 4, which is hole control, and a 56, which is course. So we'll check the course. This is a par 4. We rolled a 1 on the green. Cordial hole, no. Or laser golfer, no. Nicely saved from rough to outer area of green, clutch putt for par. So he is a rust golfer, semi-rust, and the decider die says that he's rust. So he needs a 1, and he misses. That means a red chip, and now he rolls doubles, and so he bogeys that hole. So that is a 5. Which also serves to move him also out of contention. So now we have both Bubba Watson and Henrik Stenson out of contention there. Now Carl Schwartzel gets a 6, so he controls and can go for it here. So I think he will. So this being a par 4, We'll re-roll our white. It's a 4. Golfer check. So we check the golfer if he's master, workman, or otherwise. He is none of those things. So otherwise, he fights back, difficult putt for birdie. He'll spend his chip to make it a moderate putt for birdie, which requires a 1 or a 2, and he gets a 2. So he gets a birdie, worked out. And now we go to hole 5, and McDowell. White 6, so he controls and can play it safe or go for it. Let's play it safe. We'll play it safe and hope for the blue chip, which we got. So he'll take the par on the par 3. Now we go to Spieth. 4, controlled by the hole, and it's 44, which is in the rough on the first shot. All right, par 3 rough, green 6, first shot, master. He's a semi-master, and so that is true. Difficult lie behind clump of turf, but determined. Wait, I'm sorry. Challenging lie, but courageous swing on the green, rolling nice. Easy putt for par. All right, easy putt for par. So that's just these guys. And he gets it. Change there. We go to hole 4 and will it. White 6. He will play it safe. And he gets it, so that's another blue chip for him. He'll take the par. Go to Donald. Another white 6, so again. Yeah, he'll do the same thing. Why not? He'll take the par as well. And a blue chip. Now we go to hole 3. Blue shoal for Kisner. And he rolls a 2. So he rolls a 2. Now he's going to spend his red chip because a 2 would give him control, but spending the red chip gives the course control. So it's a 46, and that is a sand on the first. So 4, first shot, chunky. He is not chunky, unfortunately for him, because he's semi-chunky, and so he does not have that there. Otherwise, lofted out of bunker to close range of pin, moderate putt for par. So he is looking for a 1 to 5, and he gets it. So he pars the hole and rid himself of his red chip. And Koepka, our leader, he gets a 2, so he's controlling, and he gets a 3.55 on a par 3. And that is hacker question mark, no. Experience. So his experience is dynamic. So let's go to that. And it's a 5. This is a par 4. Prospect, no. Otherwise, green in regulation, moderate putt for birdie. So a moderate putt for birdie requires a 1 or a 2. And he gets a 2. So he birdies again. So that's going to shift everybody else down a shot here. So Koepka is charging hard here. He's doing well. Then we go to hole 2. We're done with hole 1, so we won't see hole 1 again, most likely. So now we've got Tiger, and he gets a 6, so he's got the option to attack, and he will. So this is a par 5. He's going to attack the green. He gets a 1. So within a few yards of pin, moderate putt for birdie. All right, so he needs a 1 or a 2, and he gets a 3. So now he'll try the easy putt for par and gets it. So he pars the hole. And Kuchar will finish out this segment. He gets a 3. So he's in control, and he gets a 2-2-5. 2-2-5 on a par 5 is hero question mark. He is a hero. 2-2-5. I looked at the wrong thing apparently. Legend question mark. He's a semi-legend, but he is that. TV-worthy drive, fortuitous roll. So this is a gallery cheers here with the hollow there. So he's going to get a blue chip, and we're going to use the green die, which is a 5, which says hacker. And he is not a hacker. Strong second shot dampened by not so great bounce and roll. Strong applause. We come to strong applause here, and we'll re-roll the white die. And he got a 6, and that is big distance but short on accuracy. Double difficult putt for birdie. He does have a chip. Well, we'll try it. We'll try it. He'll keep the chip for now. And he doesn't get it. So now we get the difficult putt for par. And this time he's going to play his just acquired chip. I think you can do that to make this a moderate, which will just be a 1-5, so that he actually would have made it if I had left it at difficult, but better to be safe than sorry sometimes. So that will wrap up this round of shots. As we move on, I need to adjust my leaderboard here, so we'll be back in a moment. Okay, we move on to number 8, Morwenna. This has the triangle, which the last hole did as well, and I forgot to mention it. That comes up on some results. We'll worry about that as we need to. Lowry will be the first here. Oh, let's do the out of contention golfers. We'll do Bubba Watson on a cordial. Gets a 4, and a 4 is a par. Now let's do Henrik Stenson. He gets a 1, which is a birdie. So Stenson gets a 1, which is a birdie. Now we'll do Lowry. And he gets a 2, which means he controls. And we have a 2-4-6. So a 2-4-6 on a par 4 is Duffer. No. Champion. Semi-champion with the dot. So he is a champion. Rolls near pin. Easy putt for birdie. All right, easy putt for birdie. Easy putt for birdie is a 1-4, and he rolls a 6. So now he gets a easy shot for par. He gets that, so he gets a 4. Now we'll move to hole 7, Oceana. This one, as I mentioned, also has the triangle, which could come up. We get a 3, which is hole control, and a 23, which is water hazard on the second shot. The green is a 5. Hero question mark. This is Schwartzel. He is not a hero. Drop, waterlogged follow-up shot, leaves moderate putt for bogey. So he needs a 1-5. And gets it. So he bogeys at par 4. Which is going to move him down to being, oh, and Lowry actually moved up. So he's 1 back now. All right. So now we go to the next hole, which is, and I'm doing that because Stenson's out of contention. So we are back to hole number 6 here. And golfing is McDowell. So he gets a white 6, and he will go for it here on this par 4. So he's going to attack the green. Gets a 4, golfer check, So we're looking at his card. Is he a master? He is not. Is he a workman? He is not. Therefore, he gets a difficult putt for birdie. So a difficult putt for birdie, again, is a 1. And he does not get it, so now he is rolling for par. Oh, wait. He gets a moderate roll for par, and that's good. Now, Spieth gets a 4. That is hole control. The number is a 15, which is the question mark. Oh, I forgot to say about whether they were going safe or go for it. So we'll just say he was going for it. So go for it. Yes, because the decider die says so. Easy putt for birdie. So he's going to get an easy putt for birdie, which is a 1 to 4, and he gets it. So that is a birdie for Spieth. He also moves up. We go to the Willett-Donald pairing on hole 3. And we get a 5, which is hole control, and the number is a 45 with a green 2. 45, so it's in the sand on the first shot. So it's sand on the first shot, and then there's this like 3 wave symbol. I have no idea what that means, so I'm just going to play it straight. First shot out of the sand with a green 2 is Sandy, question mark. He's not. So sand flies, ball rolls onto green, moderate putt for par. A moderate putt for par requires a 1 to 5. He gets a 5, so he gets a par. Go to Donald. And we get a 6, which means he gets a choice. So we'll go for it. Why not? Whoops. Hang on. Hang on. That was a mistake. 2. At fringe of green, difficult putt for birdie. He will spend a chip and make it a moderate putt for birdie. And he gets a 1, so he gets a birdie. So that worked out. So a 2 on that hole for Donald. And we go to hole 4, where Kisner and Koepka are fighting it out. So we'll go to Kisner here. And Donald moves up 1. And we get another 6. So again, he can choose to go for it. This is a par 4. Let's do it. Why not? So he gets a 4, and that is golfer check. So he is not a master or workman, so we get a difficult putt for birdie. So a difficult putt for birdie means he needs a 1, and he gets it. He gets it. So that was a bold move that worked out. And Kisner now is also just 1 under, the 1 stroke back rather. And now we go to Koepka, our leader. White 4, so that is hole control. And a 26, and a 26 is the course control with the symbol there. So bomber golfer, which he is, we use semi-cordial. We do have a cordial hole here. So let's look at our course control. Here, golf cam course rather. This is a par 4 with a number 4. Cordial hole, yes. Nice comeback from problematic tee. Clutch putt for birdie. So the clutch putt for birdie, he's a normal, so a neutral. 1 to 3 will get it, and he gets a 6. So that does not work, and he gets par. That's the first time he's not birdied a hole so far in this round. Takes the par 4. And we go to Tiger Woods. He gets a 6, so he will also get to attack. That was a 6. And he's going to do it. He's going to do it. He's attacking. Here we're on blue shoal, which is a par 4. And he rolls a 5, which is sand rough issue, moderate second putt for par. All right, so he needs a 1 to 5. And he gets a 1. So he pars. And now we'll go to Kuchar, who's 3 back. And he gets a white 2. So that is golfer control, and he has a 156. And a 156 on a par 4. This is a semi-daunting hole, which is not daunting because our decider dice says no. So we have a 156, which is legend or bomber. He is a semi-legend. That is a no. Hacker, also no. So he goes to mood, and his mood is normal. And our green is a 5, and it's a par 4, so that is stormy, which he's not. Otherwise, 2 solid shots, moderate putt for birdie. Moderate putt for birdie requires a 1 or a 2, and he gets a 2. So that gives him a 4, which actually moves him up 1. And that is that. So due to how long this is, I'm going to stop for now. We will come back in a little bit with a third part, perhaps. I guess it'll depend somewhat on how many views this gets over the next day or so, whether or not I will actually post the video of it. I'll probably shoot it, which means it'll probably end up going up either way, to be honest. But I just want to give myself the out of, you know, if this doesn't really do much in terms of views, just like not bothering to do the editing on it, which is what is really the time-consuming part. I'll play the game out and shoot it, but that doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to go to all the trouble of editing, because that takes me a long time. So having said that, we're going to wrap this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider liking, sharing, and or subscribing if you're not a subscriber. If you are, thank you again for your support. If you share or like, I also appreciate that support. Hopefully you did find it at least enjoyable and or entertaining. But either way, hopefully you'll come back and watch something else. Got plenty of videos on the channel and plenty more that I plan to do. But that's going to do it for now. I'm Joe. This is Hexed Encountered. And until next time, happy gaming.